Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to welcome Ron Whitlock, and he is the author of Were You There? Ron, can you share with us a little bit about your book?
Yes, this book is from a song that was written back in the 1800s, and uh, it's it's asked the question, "Were you there when they crucified my Lord?" And over the years, I've been gathering information about people who were there with Jesus on the other side of the cross. One of the challenges we had was that we look at Jesus from this side of the cross, and we ask the question, "How could they do this? How could they do that?" So my challenge in the book is to put you on the other side of the cross, not knowing who Jesus was,
Yeah.
knowing that there are many false prophets who came through at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and they probably thought he was another one,
Mm-hmm.
and just to look at Jesus from that side of the cross, not this side. Very
Mm.
important. That's hard to do, but that's the challenge.
Wow, I never thought about this, but this is such an interesting way of looking at things. So I think that this is great that you're exploring this. Ron, what was your inspiration for writing the book?
My inspiration was that over the years I had been writing sermons about people who had something to do with Jesus, and one day it came to me, "Why don't you write a book about all that?" So I started putting things together, and over a couple of years, and uh, put it together and asked a question. And one of the things I think that touched me so much, it brought me back to my childhood.
Uh-huh.
As I was in New Bethel Baptist Church here in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and as I was going to church as a kid, and I used to watch the old deacons get up and sing that song, "Were You There When They Crucified the Lord?" And they get
Mm.
the moaning and all this, and then uh, we had a mother of the church that everybody paid attention to. You didn't do anything. That mother looked at you, you got a spanking, you got home. Anyway, she started crying. And before you know it, all the women in the church are crying. It
Wow.
impressed me so much that it still brings tears to my eyes now
Ah.
because I saw the power of God move through these people who put themselves at the cross. That's
Mhm.
the song, the uh, old slave spiritual song, "Were You There When They Crucified My Lord?" And it was out of that I loved the song, and I start doing research about "Were You There When They Crucified the Lord?"
Wow. Well, I love that, that inspired you and that you wrote this book. I think people are going to be really interested in reading this and thinking about this from a different perspective. Ron, is there anything else you can share about the book or the messages within the book or even anything else about yourself?
Yes, there's to actually put yourself in that position, it's difficult to do
Yeah.
because you're looking at Jesus from this side of the cross. But to mentally erase everything you know and put yourself on the other side of the cross
Mm-hmm.
and say, could that have been me? Could I have been the one? Could I have been the woman that poured a whole year's salary of oil on Jesus?
Wow.
Uh, could I have been one of the disciples complaining that this money could have been put in the building fund?
Uh-huh.
Or could I have been one of the church leaders who plotted with to kill Jesus Christ?
Yeah.
All the other things. Could I have been a Peter who at one point poured out a sword to defend Jesus, and then later on deny him? Could I
Right.
have gone from one extreme to the other extreme? Um, and that's what's challenging is that when you be honest with yourself and answer the questions.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I did do after each chapter, in the very back, there's questions to answer for each chapter. So the book is not only for your personal use, it's also for group study.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, I love that you've done that with the questions. And like you said, with the group study, I can see different churches using this and study groups. So I think this is awesome. Thank you so much, Ron, for sharing about your book. For anybody who's interested in picking up a copy, again, it's Ron Whitlock, and the title is Were
Pastor
You
Ron, it
There?
used to come to Pastor Ron.
Pastor Ron Whitlock, Were You There? You can get it on barnesandnoble.com, amazon.com, and Apple Books, to name a few. Thank you so much, Pastor Ron, for being with us today.
Yeah, read the book and enjoy it.